constitutional procedures. Therefore, I request you to run properly. We have to follow certain things, and that is what I said. Sir, leader of the opposition in the lower house.
No.
Not,
This will not go on record. We will not be able to discuss
not allowed to speak.
about the other house or the thing that cannot be taken into account. I have already quoted Jawaharlal Nehruji's quotation, what he said about that. So I am not allowing anything. Now we are going to question number 91. Dr. K. Lachmanji.
Question number 91, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, a statement is laid on the table of the House, sir.
Now, Dr. Lachmanji, first supplementary, please.
Sir, under the visionary leadership
you
of our
can't disturb the
beloved
House.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji,
Please bite it.
the coal
Please
sector,
bite it.
public sector
Rajaji, please bite it.
public sector undertakings have recorded strong capital investment movement. During the first quarter of financial year 2025-26, PSUs together achieved about 114% of their targeted capital expenditure, reflecting timely and effective execution. Through Singareni College Company Limited, Telangana continues to benefit from sustained investments, employment generation, infrastructure development, strengthening both regional growth and national energies. Through you, sir, I would like to know, could the minister share the specific benefits including infrastructure development, skill creation and employment opportunities that these capex initiatives have generated in coal production regions like Telangana, particularly in enhancing local economic growth and supporting community well-being?
I am respecting him more than what you are. Don't try to teach the share. Don't try to teach the share. I know I am respecting him more than what you are respecting. I am always respecting him.
Yes, sir.
Please, Honorable Minister.
Sir, capital expenditure at any given point of time in any particular sector, including the country overall, is a very good indicator of the kind of progress that is being made. Sir, I would like to reiterate what the honourable member has said insofar as the coal sector is concerned. Sir, the capital expenditure incurred by the public sector coal units.
No, I will not allow you. I am not allowing you.
Year on year, they have
No.
always succeeded in exceeding their targets. And last year, sir, it was 140% more than the targeted amount.
Nothing should go on record. Nothing should go on record except the minister's answer.
Sir, the issue today is that apart from the 31,000 crores of capital expenditure that has been incurred in fiscal year 24-25, we should see that it has gone up from 2020-21 when it was 17,500 crores. It has gone to 31,500 crores in these 2 years. Sir, in addition, the country has witnessed record production of coal. It has crossed 1 billion tons of coal production for the last time, and it has gone up from something like 500 million tons to over 1,000 million tons, sir. This has resulted in reduction of imports. Sir, apart from the capital expenditure incurred by the PSUs in the coal sector, I would also like to add that the budget which was presented by the Honorable Finance Minister indicated a massive increase in capital expenditure for the country overall. Sir, in 2014, the country's budget provided for something like 2 lakh crores by way of capital expenditure. Last year, sir, it had gone up to 11 lakh crores. And some people like me used to wonder, will we be able to absorb and spend 11 lakh crores? So this year, the capital expenditure has gone up by to 12 lakh crores. Add to that, sir, what is made available to the states through the Finance Commission, and you will see that's another 4 lakh 50,000 crores. It's something like 17 lakh crores. Then you add the sectoral capex by the PSUs. You have 30,000, 31,000 crores by the coal PSUs. Sir, in my own sector, the oil sector, the OMCs, our PSUs are called oil marketing companies.
You should
they are
maintain
also
the
incurring
discipline
1 lakh,
in the house, then I am
1 crore
allowing
20
anything.
lakhs,
You don't have that
1 lakh
discipline.
20 crore by way of capital. So it's a massive amount of capital expenditure which is being incurred in the country. Sir, this sustained overachievement from targets, despite coal sector being marred with various bottlenecks, makes the coal sector PSUs amongst the top performing PSUs in the country. Sir, insofar as the state of Telangana is concerned, as my honorable members are, one of the companies there, which is a PSU, is incurring at an annual 1,600 crores a year by way of
Please go back to your seats.
capital expenditure. This results in both direct and indirect employment. In fact, some various sums have been done.
You please
whereby-
go back to your seats. Continue. Honorable Minister, you please continue.
Sir, whenever capital expenditure is incurred, no matter in which sector, infrastructure is built, modernization takes place, jobs are created directly and indirectly. In the case of the facility in Telangana, sir, I think if I remember correctly, they are employing 42,000 people directly and another 16,000 or so by way of contract workers. So it is direct and indirect employment. Sir, in capital expenditure, you used cement, steel, so the production goes up, employment there goes up. All in all, I can say, sir, that overall in the country, you can see, apart from the central government's allocation of capital expenditure, which has gone up to 12.2 lakh crores, what is going to the states through the Finance Commission, another 4.5 lakh crores. What is being done by the companies in the coal sector, sir, 31,000 crores. And I would also like to add, sir, 18% of the coal production in the country is in the private sector. They are also incurring capex. So it's a situation in which the capital expenditure is contributing to the overall economic activity in the state, in the country also overall. And this has resulted in mining expansion and mechanization, first mile connectivity, railway sidings and logistics, thermal power capacity, renewable energy and coal gasification. And what is most important in a sector like coal, sir, it also helps in employee welfare and infrastructure, sir.
Second supplementary, Dr. K. Lakshmanji.
Sir, my second supplementary is very specific and pertinent, sir. Whether the investment in renewable energy by coal PSUs indicate a structured transition strategy rather than ad hoc diversification.
No.
Sir, thank
Nobody
you.
can force the chair. Nobody has the right to force the chair.
Sir, I think that's a very relevant question which the honourable member has asked, and I think the answer is also very clear, sir. In a sector like coal,
Nothing will go on record except
in the
the minister's answer.
Sir, in a sector like coal, one has to ensure both safety, the cleaning of the current processes, and then also last mile connectivity and also then transition, sir. And I think it's a very relevant question he's asked, sir. In the diversification into renewable energy, the coal PSUs have already installed about 2 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity and have a strong pipeline of about 22 gigawatts across solar, wind, hybrid and solar projects. The NLCIL, Neyveli Lignite, leads with 1.6 gigawatts installed renewable capacity, over 2 gigawatts under implementation, and a long-term plan of 10 gigawatts by 2030. Also, sir, NLCIL, that's in Neyveli Lignite, CIL, is the first central PSU to cross 1 gigawatt and has achieved net zero. Also, sir, the same company is developing a 250 megawatt or 500 megawatt edge battery energy storage system. Sir, I could go on giving the contribution that the coal sector companies are doing for energy diversification. But I think this is captured and it is leading to transition. But clearly, sir, in a country which is on the move, if you look at the sustainability transition, sir, when the Honorable Prime Minister assumed responsibility in May 2014, we were only blending 1.4% of biofuels. Today, it has come to 20% biofuels. If you look at the area of green hydrogen, sir, we have a target of 5 million 5 million tons by 2030, and I believe even that will be met. So the question that the honourable member has asked and the details I have given about the green energy, or rather this diversification into renewable energy, these are all very valid. I personally feel, sir, there was a debate when you said close down coal, close down fossil fuel. There was an international thing that, we should move straight to renewable energies. But, sir, to move from the current situation to renewable energy, which must be available. And I have seen global estimates, sir, whether it's in the International Energy Agency or the BP Outlook. They say that our coal demand is going to increase in the next few years. In fact, it's saying by 2030 or so, it should go up by 17%. So while simultaneously we are cleaning the processes in coal, simultaneously whilst we are producing more, saving foreign exchange, we are also doing green energy movement into solar energy. There is also a lot of work being done on coal gasification, coal bed methane, and the other areas. I thank you, sir.
Third supplementary, Dr. Lakshmikant Vajpayee ji.
माध्यम से माननीय मंत्री से जानना चाहता हूं, व्हाट इज द कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द कोल PSUs over recent year, and how the Ministry of Coal stands in the comparison of other ministries in terms of capex achievements?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, insofar as the coal ministry is concerned, sir, with all humility, I say that I'm standing in for my colleague, Shri Kishan Reddy ji, who couldn't be here today. I want to pay him a compliment that in relation to the other ministries, the coal ministry has done very well. It has incurred 31,500 crores of capital expenditure, very good. But, sir, with all modesty at my command, the coal sector is very different from others. So I should not compare that with the capital expenditure which my ministry, petroleum and natural gas, the ministry with which I'm associated, ours is higher. It's about 4 times, 1,20,000. But, sir, our operations are much larger. And I think it's very creditable for the coal ministry to have 31,000 crores as capital expenditure, and it is visible. It is visible in the last mile connectivity. It is visible in the railway processing. It is visible in the solar energy transition that they're making. Their companies, there are only 3 companies, sir, as far as I know, and all 3 of them are doing very well on capital expenditure. And to answer my colleague, the honorable member, they are doing very well in comparison to other public sector companies which are under different ministries. Yeah.
Fourth supplementary, Sriman Brijlal ji.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. My question from Honorable Minister: whether the investment in renewable energy by coal PSUs indicate a structured transition strategy rather than an ad hoc diversification. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, it is a structured strategy. What invariably happens, sir, is that all PSUs, the ones I am familiar with, which are dealing with the energy sector, they declare a date for net zero. The companies with which I am more familiar, like the oil marketing companies, they have about a net zero target by 2040 or 2045. So when you adopt a strategy, it has to lead in that direction. That you start a process now. Now I know in the coal sector, some of those net zero targets are a little closer. They are in 2030. So if you look at the overall figures, they may appear small now. But, sir, if you look at the solar energy supply chain, it also is very cumbersome. So I am very confident. One, I can be very sure it is a consciously thought through strategy. It's not something that is done ad hoc. If there is a strategy to become net zero by a particular year. 2070 power. No, 2070 is a national target. My senior colleague Manohar ji has just reminded me. Totally correct. Sir, we set a national target of net zero by 2070. When the Honorable Prime Minister went to Glasgow, I think, at around that time, when we took the 5 commitments, 2070 people said it's too far. No, for a country like India, which has great developmental challenges and which has been traditionally dependent on different fossil fuels, etc. So when I was associated with the Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry, our daily consumption of crude oil was 5 million barrels a day. Today it is 5.6 million barrels. As we go forward, it will go up to 6 and 6.5 million barrels. Similarly, therefore, our companies, if they declare 2040, ONGC, IOCL, etc., it's a very bold target, including in the coal sector, they are very bold targets. It may appear that the start is a little slow, but it's a structured strategy, and as we go along and clear the cobwebs, these diversification or movement into clean energy will be cleaned up. They have always, all of them, have been very consciously, whether even if a company is located in Telangana, it's not that it is doing capex in Telangana and providing jobs, 1,600 crores, but this company is also doing solar projects in the rest of the country. Thank you, sir.
Fifth supplementary, Ms. Dolasanji.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for giving me chance. Sir, through you, I want to communicate the Union Government Treasury Bench that coal is our national asset, but they are trying to disinvest and privatize badly this coal sector and the coal PSUs by any means according to their policy decision. I want to ask that whether it's Atmanirbharata at all, where our national assets are being sold to corporates and the foreign companies even, and it's affecting the nationalized coal industry and coal PSUs and the workers as well. How much capital expenditure and clean energy investments you do for coal PSUs, that doesn't matter. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Minister.
Sir, I am very intrigued when I have a question which is both a question and then there is an answer in the tail, which says how much capital expenditure you do, it doesn't matter. But there are some other aspects to which my honorable colleague and friend has referred to, that national assets are being sold to corporate this thing. No, 1 minute, let's slow down. If there are 3 PSUs, one is called Coal India Limited, the other one is Singaneri Collieries and Coal and Colliers, the third one is Neyveli Lignite. Are these foreign corporate assets? So these are owned by our own people. And they are the people who are doing this thing. They are the ones who are doing this thing. Insofar as the coal sector is concerned, I must say, my little education in the last 2 days, it's not just the coal PSUs which are doing this thing. There are also private sector people who are running. There are about 86 private projects which are going. And I am not aware, sir, in my long history, 9th year in the Honorable Prime Minister's team, or 39 years as civil servant, I don't recall of any privatization of the coal PSUs. So I don't know what the honorable member is talking about, that we are selling the assets of the coal PSUs to corporate interests or to this thing. Yes, a little bit of illegal mining, not little, quite a lot of illegal mining takes place. That is in spite of us. That is, people go elsewhere. But now land is a state subject, sir. But because of the inherently dangerous nature of coal mining, which is below ground, etc., a center's clearance is required. So I want to categorically state the central government has not, and I say it categorically with my limited knowledge of the sector, we have not sold any assets to corporate entities. I don't recall, I don't think there's ever been a privatization of coal PSUs, etc. And the 3 of them, CIL and LCL, etc., they have all been working and their capital expenditure targets have gone up. So in one case, last year it had gone up by 140% over the existing target, and I also gave the figures in reply to an earlier supplementary, how it has increased from 22, 23, etc. So I think it's a happy story in the coal sector. Yes, we should do away. I mean, she referred to coal as a national asset. But if you're an environmentalist, you should say, by slowly use your coal, produce more, which we are doing. We are importing less. We are saving 60,000 crores, I think, on foreign exchange because of lessening of imports. And today we are in the happy situation. We are also making the transition to solar energy and other cleaner energy, sir.
Now question number 92, Sriman Rajendra Gupta ji.
Not present.
The third supplementary, Dr. Ajit Kopchade ji.
ऊर्जा सुरक्षा को मजबूत करने और आम नागरिकों का अंतर्राष्ट्रीय बाजार में कच्चे तेल की कीमत होने के वाले उतार चढ़ाव से बचाने के लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में केंद्र सरकार लगातार ठोस और राष्ट्रहित में निर्णय ले रही है। मैं माननीय मंत्री जी को ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि क्या सरकार ने भविष्य में सरकार कच्चे तेल के रणनीतिक भंडार की तरह द्रवीकृत पेट्रोलियम गैस जिसे एलपीजी कहते हैं उसके लिए रणनीतिक या बफर भंडारण की व्यवस्था विकसित करने का कोई निर्णय लिया है और ऐसा कोई प्रस्ताव विचाराधीन है? और रणनीतिक पेट्रोलियम भंडारों का उपयोग अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कच्चे तेल की कीमतों में उतार चढ़ाव के प्रभाव को कम करने के लिए क्या किया जा रहा है? यदि हाँ, तो आम उपभोक्ताओं के हितों को ध्यान में रखते हुए एलपीजी, पेट्रोल और डीजल की कीमतों को नियंत्रण में रखने के लिए माननीय मंत्री जी और मंत्रालय द्वारा वर्तमान में कौन कौन से ठोस और दीर्घकालिक कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं?
Honorable Minister.
Sir, the specific question, start question priority 2, is on the issue of our strategic petroleum reserves. Sir, for any country, and particularly a large country like India, and a country which is growing at a phenomenal pace, the economic growth, one quarter it was 8.2%, sir, previous quarter it was 7.8%, and according to the IMF, which has enhanced our expected rate of economic growth from 6.6 to 7.3%, the country must have a very viable and secure reserve so that in the case of global turbulence, etc., we should not be found in a vulnerable situation. Fortunately, sir, India has a vast coastline, both on the west and the east. We have several refineries on the west coast, sir, starting with Nayara, RIL in Jamnagar, Mumbai. We have Mangalore, we have Kochi on the western coast. We have Chennai, Tatipaka, Vizag, Paradeep, Barauni, Haldia on the eastern coast. Sir, according to the International Energy Agency, and I'm only mentioning the vast coastline and this thing, because today we are the world's third largest consumer of crude oil. We have the world's fourth largest reserve refining capacity, currently around 260 million metric tons per annum, going on to 320 million metric tons per annum. And we are also the world's fifth largest exporter of petroleum product. Now, the strategic petroleum reserve is designed to ensure that in case of total global turbulence, in case supplies cannot reach either from the western coast or the eastern coast, we must have enough stock left in order to meet that. Now, fortunately for India, sir, we are also a domestic producer. When I say we are the fifth largest exporter, God forbid, if there was to be an eventuality where no supplies are reaching, we would obviously not then export. We would also utilize our domestic consumption for domestic production for domestic consumption. Sir, the International Energy Agency stipulates that there should be about 90 days of holding as a strategic petroleum reserve. But I also want to point out, sir, these are estimates largely relevant. I'm choosing my words carefully. I'm not saying they are not relevant for others. 90 days largely relevant for OECD countries, also smaller OECD countries. You know, when there was a global crisis and there was total volatility, the IEA, International Energy Agency based in Paris, it stipulated that countries which had large reserves, they should release some in order to stabilize the global price. So which are the countries which release stocks in differing quantities from their stocks? One was the United States, the other was India, and third was China, and the fourth, I think if I recall correctly, was Japan. So we are in the happy situation that we were able to rise to the situation. Today, sir, we calculate our reserves, not only what is in the caverns, and these are in 3 places. I can't go into precise details, although some people speculate. They are in the states of Andhra Pradesh, in the state of Karnataka, and a third one we are hoping to get started, sir, in Odisha soon. Together, if you look at the reserves in the caverns and what is held by us in our refineries and what is on floating platforms at our ports, together and our products, it comes to 74 days. Ideally, it should be 90, but I feel at least as the line minister safe with something like 74 days, and going forward, we can even consider raising it. The honorable member also raised the issue of price volatility. Sir, this particular question relates to the period 2015 to 2022. So that period between 2015 and 22 is the pre-COVID period. And it also covers the COVID period and till 2022 when COVID was mercifully on its way out. Sir, we filled the current stock at that time, at 2015 to 22, at prices, which I may say, because normally we don't discuss the price at which we buy oil, at roughly 50% of the prevailing price today, which is very creditable. Because you bought it at 50% of the correct price. Now you would be making a mistake if you were to buy crude at a price and then, it drops and then you'd say, well, you made a mistake. You should have waited to buy. So there is always a balance involved. I'm very happy to inform this House through you, sir, that we have been able to weather the international turbulence thanks to the far-sighted and visionary policies of the Honorable Prime Minister. We have been able to ensure availability, affordability and sustainability, the trilemma of energy. And today, whether it is a question of biofuels, a reference was made in the question also to liquefied petroleum gas, our production is going up. We are also signing international arrangements. When the president of the UAE, he was here recently, sir, we signed another deal with them. We are importing about, I think, what, $9 billion worth of natural gas from them. We are also importing from Qatar, from other countries. Also, sir, we have a situation on petroleum gas, liquefied petroleum gas, which is a cylinder gas, which is a product of a refinery. We also signed an agreement with the United States, sir, for buying 10% of our requirements from there. So overall, sir, the strategic petroleum reserve is a very important component in our economic security. And economic security means that a democratically elected government and the Prime Minister feels particularly responsible to the common man, the Aam Aadmi, that the prices should be at lowest level, and they are lower today than in most parts of the world. In fact, cooking gas has been supplied, I got the note in hand, cooking gas, which is in cylinders, sir, there was, in 2014, we had 14 crore connections. And if 1 crore connection is for a family, it's gone up to 33 lakh connection. And if there are 4 people in a family, we've virtually saturated the country. In addition to that, that is being supplied to Ujjwala beneficiaries, sir, for as little as 5 rupees in a day. And if the beneficiary is not an Ujjwala beneficiary, but a non-beneficiary, he or she is also getting it in his or her kitchen for as little as 13, 14 rupees per day. This is a very reasonable price. Our oil marketing companies incurred a loss in doing that, but we compensated them, and with God's grace, sir, they're all doing well. So all in all, sir, this is a very important component of our energy security, strategic petroleum reserve, and it has worked very well. The 74 days of stockholding we do, sir, we just don't keep it there. 50% of it is also available for trading. And if there were to be a requirement, Government of India would have the first claim on it. But because if you keep too much of stuff in your godown or basement, then it seems unproductive. But we use 50% of this also to supply the country's needs and for trading. Thank you, sir.
Next supplementary, Shriman Mastan Rao Yadav Bidaji.
Thank you for giving me